Stop it, Victoria. Stop it. You have a problem. Leave them Africans alone. There's only one thing we can do. It's up to mighty Shmagagadaboos, leader of the Ethiopians, to free Africa and establish a new colonial empire run by Africans, for Africans, of Africans. Freedom? It really doesn't matter who you start as in Ethiopia. It's pretty much the same thing. Shiwa, Gojam, and Welo would be the easier ones, quote unquote easy, but the reality is that your main issue is not necessarily going to be unifying Ethiopia as much as it's going to be actually modernizing Ethiopia. Because with the more recent patch, government administrations do not get enough aristocrats employed to actually give you bureaucracy until you actually change your laws a lot. And we start with the worst laws imaginable. We got slave trade, closed borders, traditionalism, isolationism, serfdom, the list goes on. We need to modernize this nation more than anything, more than even unifying the country. So we're gonna start by changing a little bit things in the government, getting some more interest groups in it, and we're gonna attempt to get professional army. It's not a guarantee. I pretty much failed this in all of my test runs, but I'm still trying. I'm a hopeful man, okay? I hope. And I'm also gonna be suppressing a few movements here, namely the absolutist movement, the pro-slavery movement. I'm also going to be suppressing, and I'm going to keep 200 aside so I can bolster the peasants movement whenever that arrives. Seeing as bureaucracy is going to be our main issue, we're not going to get any institutions until we reform the country properly. As for technology, we start with 3 technologies in each of the categories, so it's suffice to say insanely bad. We're going to go for international trade, stock exchange, centralization, urban planning. First, we have a deep shortage of pretty much everything imaginable, so we're gonna queue up in the following order: 2 millet farms in each of the starting states, a furniture manufactory in Amhara, as well as a textile mill in Shiwa. Of course, we want to conquer the southern provinces, which are a part of Amhara and Shiwa states, before we start conquering the northern bits, especially since the northern bits is going to get support from the Egyptians, which we're going to be improving relations with them and the Ottomans in the hopes that they will not support these nations. Similarly, we're going to improve with the British whenever they get a declared interest in this area, or whenever they start colonizing Kenya, so they would not join on the side of Geledi whenever we decide to attack them. Army wise, we're gonna get as many conscripts as possible, which should be 13-14, and we're gonna get 1 general, whichever is the best general, because we cannot afford to have 2 generals since each general takes up bureaucracy. And what did I say earlier? That's right, bureaucracy is an issue, so 1 general maximum. Pretty much all of my starting generals are actually dog schnappels, so that's bad. We're gonna go on very low taxation, maximum very high wages for the military, promote social mobility and resource industry in both of these states. Actually, I'm gonna do agriculture in my primary home state, and I'm gonna do resource industry in the other one, and of course as many consumption taxes as possible so we get a little bit of money going. First war is gonna be against Harar, the biggest of areas, because we want to have our name big on the map, but also because it's our primary state and it has 700,000 population, which is not bad. That being said, it will lower our bureaucracy by a lot, so keep that in mind. The more we expand, the more bureaucracy loss we have. Now, we will be setting this on defend front initially, just in case they will attack. If they don't attack, which they're not doing right now, then we do advance front, so we start pushing into their lands and conquer their area as soon as possible. We want to finish a few wars early in the first few years, because the longer we wait, the more chance of the great powers to get involved in our wars. If we attack, say, Geledi, Majertine, and the Ethiopian areas in the first 3 years, pretty much nobody cares, so nobody gets involved. But after that, Egyptians, even Ottomans, even the British will start getting involved. And look at that, the British started colonizing Kenya. All right, we are winning against Harar. This is pretty much a free war in every single test run I've done so far. Harar has proven to be extremely easy. Usually the tough part is the north, because the Egyptians have a tendency of joining in when we attack into the north. So what I like to do is I like to attack the north by attacking the south, and then some of the northern nations join in to help out Majertine, to help out Isak, and so on. That being said, check it out, we already doubled in population, so let's continue to expand into the Amharan areas. All right, beautiful. We got the peasants movement too, so let's cancel a couple of these consumption taxes and use that extra authority to bolster the peasants movement. The reason we're doing this is because we want to get homesteading, which is pretty much the first step towards modernizing the nation. There you go, everybody is declaring neutrality. It's been like this in pretty much all the test runs. The Outlaw Prince, yay, we got Theodore Solomon. Oh my god, that's awesome. So Theodore Solomon is our brand new leader, and he is also an expert offensive planner, which means we we could make him a commander and he would really not be the worst of commanders. Now, that does cost us a little bit. It cost us 20 bureaucracy. So what I'm going to do is I am going to disband the other general after 1 year of having used him, which I think we already have 1 year. We're going to have 1 year in a few months in any case. There you go. Shiwa. And one more to go, please. I'll have that as takeaway. Thank you very much. It's like I'm ordering Starbucks when I'm taking out these Ethiopian guys here. All right, let's retire this hombre. And yeah, we're on 0 bureaucracy. It's going to get worse and worse because even if we build a government administration building, we're just not going to get the pops to actually get any bureaucracy out of that build. You'll see what I'm talking about after we build it. We'll do it after we finish the textile mill, I guess. The reason I prioritize Geledi over Kaffa is simply because the British will support them if I don't attack them right now. If I waited even for like a year or two, 100% the British would have joined on their side, and then it would have been GG's because I would have never ever been able to get Geledi with the British Empire obviously supporting them, right? There you go. Now we got a bit of the coastline, which means we have access to the rest of the world, of course. Wello is usually a bit of a challenge since Wello has a lot of units and we've got mostly drained combat units right now. The manpower is just not there. We have 10,000 out of 26,000 manpower, and they know that, which is why they're pushing in right now. So them attacking and us defending means that they drain their manpower, and once they've drained it enough, we're gonna start pushing in ourselves and basically wipe out Wello from the face of the planet. Oh, look at that. We got a historic lobby to be friends with the Portuguese, the nation which definitely helped out Ethiopia more than any other Catholic nation ever did. They even came to their help against the Ottomans at one point, albeit it was, of course, because it did benefit the Portuguese quite a little bit too, right? There we go. We got the first bit of the Gondor province, which sounds a little bit like Gondor. So I like this province a lot now. Yeah, that's right, Measure Team. Come at me, buddy boy. Come at me. Let's see that manpower pool just completely dissipate, shall we? Okay, I think that's pretty much most of Somaliland, isn't it? What else is Somalia? Oh, Isaac and Warsongli is also Somaliland. Okay, so we have a couple more provinces here. And it looks like I was wrong. My logging camp is in the other province, and I built it here. Well, that is 100% on me. I'm gonna have to build a logging camp in Amhara now as consequence. I'm genuinely surprised that nobody from the northern states is coming to the help of Warsongli. My test runs prior to this, I actually got Gojam a lot of the times to support them. I mean, every game is RNG, so I guess it's just random, really. Next on the dinner table is Isaac, which begs the question, what do you sack? Wait, it's Isaac. No, no, no! This is bad. This is bad. It's supposed to be you sack. Hey, man, anything is better than a Jew ran, okay? Come on. Clearly, when I need them to have people help out so I can wipe out the northern nations, nobody helps out Isaac. Of course, why would they, right? Oh, there you go. At least we got all of Somaliland now. And remember what I said earlier about the government administration being freaking useless? Look at this. It's only giving us 6 bureaucracy because the aristocrats are having a better time getting hired by the manor house. So we just don't have enough people that we can employ in these areas. They're not getting a big enough salary apparently to get employed here. So we need to change laws to be able to actually get bureaucracy. I am on very high wages, but it really doesn't make that much of a difference, unfortunately. Now we are in a tiny bit of a pickle. They attacked the Tigray and Gojam joined on their side. And that's a lot of units. I wish it was just Tigray because Gojam's got 35 units. It basically has about the same amount that I've got. So I'm on defense right now. I'm waiting for them to lose units so I can actually start pushing because it's just really bad. It's looking decent-ish. Problem is, I still am outnumbered by about 3,000. Well, actually, no, it's not too bad now. It's about the same, more or less. At least we managed to win a few battles to get back complete control of our capital state. That's a big W. Oh my god, this has to be the longest freaking war in the history of my ever freaking playing as Ethiopia. It's ridiculous. Of course, we fail this legislation as well on adoption phase. Why wouldn't we, right, guys? Come on, what a great game, bro. What an absolutely amazing... I hate this game. I freaking hate this game sometimes so much. At least on the bright side, we got Gondar, which is one of the bigger states here. Now, we do have some massive issues, as you probably noticed, with our bureaucracy. We're getting 79% tax waste. That is really bad. That is actually really, really bad, guys. It means that 79% of whatever we're supposed to get, we're not getting right now. We can get rid of some of that by firing one of our generals, and more importantly, we can also get rid of a lot of it by releasing a nation. I'm talking about Hobyo, which is essentially Somalia, more or less. It's the entirety of the Somali state. We're gonna do that after we finish the war against Begamer. That's how you pronounce that, right? It's totally Begamer, I'm sure. All right, Begamer is making the beginner-friendly mistake of actually attacking my units when I'm defending, so they suck. We also have enough support for homesteading. I'm gonna attempt to pass it. We have a 73% chance of passing it. It's better than we had earlier. This is, of course, 100% thanks to the peasants movement, which has a little bit of significant power now. That's support from a lot more people than it initially had, up to 26%, which is, it's average. It's not amazing, but it's average. For sure. And we also got our very first construction sector, so we're putting those logging camps and fiber plantations or cotton plantations to good use. Not sure why we have 5 of them, but apparently our private sector loves to build a lot of them for some reason. Oh, they're camouflage. How can you camouflage in a freaking desert? How would you camouflage yourself in a desert? Explain that to me. We went to consideration phase. Oh my god, this is actually insane. We went to consideration phase on the first try? That is actually crazy. I've got about 11 trial runs already, so I failed playing as this nation 11 times. Let's put that into perspective, okay? And if we pass homesteading now, we might actually be able to work with this particular state. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove the consumption taxes so we speed up the enactment time for this legislation now. And it went to adoption. Oh my god, this is actually crazy. This is actually freaking crazy. Dude, I cannot believe this shit. I genuinely cannot believe that we actually went to adoption phase already with this freaking legislation. That's crazy, my dude. All right, we got all of Gondor too, which means Rohan answered, eh? I'm just kidding. If we are Rohan, then we destroyed Gondor. Now we're basically just a couple of states away from completely unifying our nation. And I'm going to be building some more textile manufacturers, because apparently that is how we're going to be making some money today. I'm not going to do it in Gondor because we don't have any infrastructure there, unfortunately, for the time being. What I am going to do in Gondor is I'm going to violently suppress people here. Oh, Kaffa supporting them? All right, boys. All right. It's Jover. That is the last Ethiopian state. So with Kaffa and Wilega, we basically have finished the Ethiopian unification war. That does mean we're going to need some conscripts, some extra conscripts, and we're going to need to actually raise these conscripts because that's significantly more units than I was expecting to deal with. Is there any Ethiopian national war song that I don't know about? I'd love to know if there is one. 40% success chance, 1 setback. Come on, guys. We really need to pass this legislation. Please, please, pretty, please. And it's freaking bad. 94 tax waste. Yeah, it's actually freaking Jover for our economy. We're basically getting peanuts. Look at that. We got all of the Ethiopian parts, but we're getting no taxes, which is really bad. All right, so that being said, let's go ahead to journals and we can actually form Ethiopia. Skibbity boo, skibbity bay, we're blue on the map. Ayo hey. That's it. That's pretty much it. We got an achievement though, Solomon's Quest. I actually didn't have this achievement, so that gives us claims on Gondor and Eritrea. You know why that is? It's because you technically can form Ethiopia in 1 year by rushing for Kaffa, these 2 states, and this one other province, and that's it. You can literally form it in 1 year. I just got a little bit distracted to be. Now let's go ahead and release that little Hobio, and that's going to give us some more, hopefully, bureaucracy. It didn't give us that much bureaucracy, only 10 bureaucracy. Wait, what? Why is it only in that province? Hey, yo, hold on a second here. Okay, Hobio, you're going to be getting the rest of Somalia. Thank you very much. There you go. That's way better now. We're 1 down to 108, so that means we are getting a little bit of taxes now. One more thing we could do to get more taxes is just privatize all of our buildings, because every nationally owned building we have is going to actually cost us a little bit of bureaucracy. So I should have done this from day one. I kind of just forgot about it. Problem is, let's see if there's anyone to actually buy these buildings now. Oh my god, we actually got homesteading. Ah, la 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 la. This is the one. This is the freaking run, I'm telling you right now. Look at that. The English have taken the entire coastline of Kenya. That is not great. That is really not great. But look at that. That little legislation change from serfdom to homesteading means that now we actually have people that want to work in our government administration, so we don't just die anymore. Okay, we don't. That's not happening anymore. Okay, that does mean we still need 1 more government administration building, though, to be fair. Now we can start taxing people again, because we do have a return on these taxes. I'm also waiting for the Egyptians to go to war with the Ottomans. That's going to be my cue to maybe do a few shenanigans in the south here, because they do have some juicy lands, that's for sure. Look how loyal the rural folk are. They're like, yay, we got actual rights now. I can't believe this. Let's attempt and get racial segregation again. We failed this on freaking adoption phase. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. Oh, no way they accepted my demands, bro. Now I have to wait for the truce to finish with Awasat to get the rest of that. This is so ugly. This is like the mother of border gore here, man. What is this? Oh, God. So we're very close to passing racial segregation, which is awesome because it means we're going to have a lot more cultures accepted and easier to integrate within ours. Now that being said, it's also time that we get rid of our little subject here, 4.5 infamy, because they are on the low liberty desire tier. We're doing this because it's time that we start expanding into the rest of Africa. We have our very first paper mill, and that means we can switch over one of our government administrations to filing cabinets, well, even maybe 2 of them. And once we annex our subject subject, we're going to be building some ships so we can start with the invasion of Gaza, Transvaal, and everybody else in there. Gaza doesn't have any army, so one ship is enough for us to get the southern African bits, which is where all the gold is. We're really going to need that to continue to expand. Oh, we got a freaking market liberal. Oh, this is huge. Modernization movement. Okay, well, we're going to stop suppressing this one, and we're going to be bolstering the modernization movement because we need to have the modernization movement pressure the landowners in order to make this particular agitator the leader of the landowners. Also, we can build up an iron mine. We already have an iron mine in Somaliland, actually, so let's actually put that to good use then. Let's I don't even have the production method for this. Come on, how backwards are we, bro? We don't even have steelworks. All right, well, I guess we're researching steelworks next. Oh my god. I'm also gonna need a secondary paper mill, actually. Finally, we got Admiralty too. Let's get our military shipyard. Much needed military shipyard. Slowly but surely, look at that line over there in literacy. We're becoming the most literate Africans. We do have a lot of turmoil in Somaliland, but I'm negating that with the violence suppression and the road maintenance decrees, which really lowers the effects of this particular turmoil significantly, meaning we only get 4.4% reduction in construction efficiency. Let's go. Give me the frigate. Give me the frigate. Oh wow, seriously, Gaza, they've been improving relations with me. I'm gonna expel the diplomats. It's 10 infamy, but it's worth it. We really need to grab this state as soon as possible. Of course, we tried to attack Gaza. Oman joins on their side, and Zulu also joins on their side, but I did navally invade. I did manage to succeed in taking Gaza, so it doesn't matter. I didn't add any war goals for Zulu and Oman, so I don't really need to actually give a schnaps about them. Although I probably should have added at least against Oman to take Zanzibar. That would have been smart. We failed agrarianism. Let's try this time with interventionism. Fingers crossed. Yay! We got our foothold in South Africa. This is huge. This is absolutely huge, guys. We also changed to rough iron tools tooling workshop because we're going to be using tools for our logging camps, so we're going to need at least one tooling workshop, which we have. Now let's bring our army over in the south here because we're going to be attacking Transvaal and everybody else around for some really quick and much needed gold. Also going to be subsidizing my tooling workshop and my iron mine just to make sure that we have pops move in there as soon as possible. It honestly can be a bit of a challenge when you try to employ units, or better yet employ pops early on in those tooling workshops and iron mines as the Ethiopians and less industrialized nations, I guess, in general. Basically, two beautiful birds for the price of one, and then after that we're gonna chill because we have 63 infamy, so it's not really amazing, is it? Whew! Okay, my heart beat a little bit there, but I'm happy to see that the British, the biggest threat in the area, have declared neutrality here. So we basically have free reign in South Africa, boys. Now they might have better units. They have line infantry actually, but we have a lot of them. So we're just sending numbers here. It's literally just a numbers game right now for us. Actually curious if they did discover any of the gold fields. They haven't. They did 3 gold fields. Oh, that is good. 3 is better than nothing really. And GG's, boys. Also beautiful that it's only 5 years to incorporate these states as well, courtesy of the fact that, you know, we're Africans. Okay, just gonna point out we're an African nation liberating Africa for the rest of the Africans. Okay, it is Sojo over for everyone. We got line infantry. We actually can hold our own against the other powers now, including Egypt. I've also queued up a shipyard in Somaliland, so we actually can use a better production method and get some convoys, which we need to connect our lands from the north to the south. Hallelujah, dude. We got interventionalism. Oh my god, this actually is gonna be good, boys. I was like so close to quitting this campaign considering how horrible this been so far, but we might make something out of this run actually. I'll be honest with you, I would love to get frontier colonization, but at the same time I really want to open my borders, and maybe protectionism is not so bad considering there's nobody opposing it right now. Might as well take advantage of that. Look at our economy skyrocket, by the way. We went up by like 9,000 just from switching that one production method. I'm gonna do 2 construction sectors extra in Somaliland as consequence then. I'm using in essence Somaliland as my main construction state because I cannot afford infrastructure inland, but Somaliland I got ports, and remember that ports level 2 and above give infrastructure plus 10, or better yet plus 5 per level of port, so we can basically get infrastructure in the coastline. Hold up second, when did India collapse? Because I did not notice that happen. This is also really good. Let me see if any of these Indians maybe do not have protection of the British and an actual army. That would be preferred. No army. 6 units in Nawamagadar. That would be an entrance. That would actually be an entrance. Another 6 units in here. They have no allies. Oh my god, this This is literally the right target. What kind of units they have, though? They have line or they have irregulars? They have line. Well, we have line too, actually. We just need to build the arms industry to actually start promoting to line infantry. So speaking of, let's queue that bad boy up in... Wait, we have one? What? Restart, of course we do, guys. Come on. That means we just need the iron and we'll be Gucci afterwards. Queue up at least one more iron mine and let's start slowly upgrading our units now. Let's say make a separate army, which is going to be only line infantry. So make it 5 big, 5 line infantry big should be close to what we need in order to invade some of the Indian. Time to see which are the better warriors. The famous Shaka Zulu. Oh my god, I'm actually losing. This is not Gucci. This is not Gucci. It kind of feels like they might be the better warriors here. Maybe we need to do adamant defense a little bit. Or maybe we just had a bad luck there. They're also doing adamant defense. All right, let's push. Screw it. We got more manpower. We got this, boys. We got this. Trust in the army, chat. Come on. Yeah, no, we're losing again. I guess it's going to come down to grinding their manpower, basically, more than anything else. They have a lot of freaking defense. How is that possible? Who is this guy? Ruthless, inspirational orator, mountain combat expert. Yeah, he is an actual Chad. And we just got protectionism, so we can start trading with other nations and actually modernizing properly now. Now let's go for that frontier colonization I was talking about earlier, because we are, after all, in Africa, so we just need to colonize everything else around us. And we're starting to win quite simply because we got more units than them, more manpower, better yet, than them. Not to worry, Shaka. I'm gonna make use of your units afterward, because I'm getting rid of my good relations with the Portuguese. They've honestly been horrible freaking allies. I'm gonna cancel this alliance. I got bigger plans for the Portuguese lands, because you know, I feel like they should get new ownership. I just realized we also have a massive deficit of authority, so we're gonna have to stop bolstering these movements to get our authority back, I guess. I'm honestly so curious to see what exactly we can colonize right now. Okay, it's not looking like much. We can colonize a little bit of Kenya and the Rift Valley. Oh, but actually, this means we might be able to block off the British if we can. Let's see if we can get more levels. We can get 2 levels of colonial affairs. Yeah, I think I'm gonna rush some admin buildings to get level 2, just so I can maybe block off the British from colonizing the rest of Central Africa to the north here. And we're also gonna do per capita taxation. I don't expect that we're gonna be needing proportional taxation for a long ass time, so we're gonna be okay with per capita for the time being. Also very close to getting atmospheric engines. I'm actually going to go for intensive agriculture next, because I need grain like crazy. Or, better idea, hold up a second, we could do central archives next, so we don't need to build more government administration buildings. Instead, we just change the production method. See, that's big brain right there. Oh, we got 7 gold fields now in Fristadt. Hot dang it, dome. This is literally just free money right here, boys. Oh my god, what the hell? North German Federation has all of Germany, including the south. What? This is literally the first time I see this in a really long ass time. And they also attacked the French. So we might see Germany in the 1860s, which is a big improvement over the previous patches, that's for sure. Wait a second, we got Zanzibar independent and they only have 4. Okay, yeah, okay, that's mine. That's actually mine. Nobody's helping them. This is perfect. Zanzibar is honestly one of the best states in Africa. 1.5 million pops, 1 million GDP from the get-go, and it has access to a lot of really high value resources. And then after you get Zanzibar, you can colonize the inner rubber rich and resource rich central Congo bit. Yeah, you better declare neutrality, you freaking wussies. Totally not scared of you. Thank God they didn't join, actually. Make sure we keep on privatizing our buildings. Look at our assets. We'll keep going up because of all the privatization that we're doing. Selling off your buildings to the private sector is by far the most powerful thing you can do early in the campaign. So the Portuguese pissed off the British, and this is the right moment for me. 42% for that is a little bit more than I'm comfortable with. I don't want them to actually give me Lorenzo Marquez. I want to take the entire coastline here of Mozambique. I would love to take the other coastline too. I just don't know if I could actually reach this though. Am I overbreaching here? Would I be able to do a naval invasion in these lands? The Portuguese only have 5 battalions? Oh my god, yes. Imagine joining the freaking Spaniards instead of helping your good old aggressive British. That's where you fracked up, Portugal. That's right. And you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna take everything. I'll figure it out and I'll take everything, because that way we don't need to stress about Portugal in Africa at all afterwards. Now the problem is not all of my units are line infantry, so I have to be a little bit careful here, but we do have like like 10 to 1 odds, so I'm not really too worried, to be fair. Now see, this might be an issue because the Dutch East Indies for some reason decided to help them out. I really hope they don't send any units because that's going to be an issue then. All right, but we're quickly taking all of these provinces before the Dutch East Indies even nope, they did manage to send units. Scraps. Scraps. Come on, get out of there. Take the province before they get there. They did. We did take the province. All right, that's awesome. Even though we do have one weird ass battle here, which we're winning. How is this possible? Explain this paradox. How is this possible when we took all the provinces that we're still fighting in this one area? Huh? What is that all about? Now we still need to take the other part of the coastline here. So we're going to need to make a little... Actually, you know what? They don't have anything defending. So let's just send the main army. Oh, no. Cancel that. They're going to be attacking us in Lorenzo Marcos. So we have to go back to Lorenzo Marcos to defend it. And they're also attacking in Somalia. So we got to defend that as well before we push in anywhere else. Truth is that I really cannot afford to lose Lorenzo Marcos. Literally every single one of my coal mine is in Lorenzo Marcos. It was the only place I could build where I had infrastructure, so I know it's not smart. I should have built it somewhere else, but it is what it is. Also gonna go for religious schools. It's better than no schools, to be fair, okay? And I love the fact that they're not even bothering to protect the actual war gold. There you go. We also enforced on the Dutch East Indies. That's beautiful. All right, so we've basically won the war then, guys, because we don't need to take their capital. We did not add any stupid stuff like war reps for which we would have had to take the capital of Portugal, right? We just got the war goals. Both the war goals have been taken, so now the war score is going to go down. Look at that, -5. Eventually, it's going to go to -100, and we basically won all of Africa from the Portuguese. That's one colonial nation out of the way now. I really cannot wait to get railways, bro. Like, the most important thing, honestly, right now is just railways. It's actually killing me not having railways. Oh, that's so good. That feels so freaking good. Oh my god. All right, well, look at that now. We got the entire coastline of East Africa, with the exception of Kenya, obviously. So we almost merge up the entirety of East and most of the West. We're gonna attack Congo now since it's basically free land as well. Oh, and we can do standardized filing cabinets. Oh, yes, baby. Sulfing paper, we can do after mechanical tools, so that's gonna be fairly short. But the problem is we don't have any actual sulfur mines. We do got gold mines now, though, so let's queue those bad boys up, actually. Where am I gonna get sulfur from? Holy snaps. Is there any sulfur in Africa? Also use the extra bureaucracy we got from changing that production method to incorporate the rest of these states here. Surprisingly cheap-ish to incorporate all of these bad boys. Wait, what? Benin sided with them. They left 6 units back home. They send most of the army here. Okay, I actually have a plan for that. Let's say we will be invading their homeland whilst most of their units are fighting in our area. Would that allow us to conquer Benin? Oh my god, that would be way too much infamy. How about if we make them a tributary? That would be okay-ish. And then we have to chill for a while before we start expanding into the northern bits. I get the western bits, better yet. Ooh, we're gonna need more units here. Holy snaps. Benin's got good units, dude. What? Alrighty, here goes nothing, boyos. Also just realized I forgot to put war reps for Benin. Looks like my plan is not working also because they're being scumbags. They brought their entire army there before I even took Congo. Wait, actually, did Congo fall? It did fall. Oh, dude, I pushed too much. I should have waited. They do have irregulars, though, but they do have line as well. Maybe I should just peace out after I take Congo. I feel like maybe I'm wasting time here. Yeah, maybe I just peace out, I guess. Or just brute force it. I'll attempt a little bit. If it doesn't work, we're just gonna peace out. This was a bad idea. Yeah, ain't no way we're gonna push through that. Let's go ahead and peace out. It is what it is. Unfortunate. It happens sometimes. We got a lot of infamy for nothing as well. On the bright side, we got some sort of education. So let's check our literacy. I'm curious what it looks like on the map. Oh, we're white boys. We're the white boys of Africa. Oh my, that's probably not the word I should be using right now, is it? Go also for dedicated police force. Railway in Zanzibar? Huh? Since when? Did these guys actually have a railway in here? Zanzibar is crazy, my dude. Who owns this? The French own this. Okay, interesting. That's probably back when it belonged to Oman, I would assume. Yeah, there you go. That explains it. Oman is French protectorate. That also explains why Zanzibar broke away. Holy, beautiful Germany. Kick some Austrian butt. Ooh. Oh my god, what is happening in the Balkans? Why is Greece green? It's because it's a vassal of Russia, obviously. And it actually managed to get... Is this the cursed or the good timeline? That is the real question there. It looks like the Austrians are fighting the Turks. The Turks are fighting the Austrians. They're also also fighting the Germans. What is happening here, actually, bro? Oh my god. Union. Oh. This is a Italian unification war. And Sardinia just got the northern parts, including South Tyrol. Brother, that is actually the most cursed thing I've seen ever. Look at that. Sardinia's going at it. They're attacking Tuscany. I'm guessing they just annexed Tuscany. Okay, fair enough. I feel like the Sardinia is going to be forming Italy in literally a few moments from now. Let's see. I'm literally looking at the formation of the Italian nation, guys. These are special moments we're enjoying together right now. Yep, look at that. The march on Italy, basically. If they keep the province of Lazio separate and they take the rest of Italy, that is actually historical gain right there. Because we got Germany roughly in 1870. We get Sardinia Piedmont roughly in 1870 becoming Italy. Oh, okay. That is actually what the hell just happened. Papal States just ate Sardinia Piedmont. What? That is not how it happened historically, okay? That is not. It's the other way around that it happened. Come on. And now we got the Kingdom of Heaven. Okay, this is the most cursed thing ever. I'm still enjoying it, though. This is a fun run. That is definitely a fun run. But I did my duty to the Africans. We liberated most of Africa and established a free, independent African nation for the Africans. I'm gonna finish it off here because I'm gonna get a brain aneurysm if I continue this campaign. I've had such bad RNG. It's actually crazy. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to leave a like and let me know what other African nations you'd like me to cover. I was actually thinking about trying Gaza just to see how much pain I would have playing as that nation. Love you all, and I'll see you in the next one.